What is up, YouTube? What is up, college football fans? What is up, Clemson Tiger fans? How you guys doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. It's a beautiful day here in the low country of South Carolina. I just wanted to take a minute today and preview the upcoming game this weekend for the Clemson Tigers in Death Valley against SMU. Clemson coming off of back-to-back road games, on the road at North Carolina, on the road at Boston College. They did some great things in these games after a very, very shaky start, actually going all the way back to last season, but a shaky start to the season. And look, it's great to see Clemson back home again, but for being real, they haven't played great at home this season. And again, going back to last season, that you go back to the South Carolina game last year in Death Valley, they lose. They lose to LSU to open the season at home. They have a struggle win against Troy. And then, of course, they lose to Syracuse at home. So 3 out of the last 4 home games Clemson has lost going back to last season. Again, I clearly would rather see Clemson play this game in Death Valley than on the road. So there is that. But there's a lot of weird things happened this year, too. A couple of long lightning delays. I think the one against Syracuse was about 2 hours long, and coming into the second half there was the stands were half empty, the morale was low. So yeah, hopefully we have some good weather this weekend. I was looking at the weather forecast earlier. It looks like the weather forecast is going to be pretty good for this game. So hopefully no more lightning delays or weather problems in Clemson. But look, SMU is a different animal. I don't know how many of you guys have watched SMU play this year, but they've got 2 losses. They've got an early season loss in overtime by 3 points to Baylor, and they have I think like a 10-point loss, a double digit, but not a blowout loss to TCU. Baylor and TCU are 2 of the better teams in the Big 12, or at least they're good teams in the Big 12. So it's not like they got beat by bad teams or got blown out by bad teams. These are 2 solid teams in Baylor and TCU. The thing I'm looking for, that we all should be looking for, is the rushing attack. Well, Jennings is the quarterback, and he's a problem for a lot of reasons. But the rushing attack in particular, because this has been Clemson's problem, yeah, again, all throughout last season, and it bled over into this season, was Clemson's ability to stop the run. SMU's got 2 really good backs. TJ Harden is their lead back. He's going to get the majority of the carries. He's their RB1 guy. But this Chris Johnson is one of the fastest running backs in the country. Probably the fastest running back in the ACC. Jennings, the quarterback, he hasn't had a great year running the ball. He's got less, I think I looked it up earlier, 0.1 yards per carry. So 1/10 of 1 yard per carry for Jennings, the quarterback on the season. So he's not a huge run threat as far as picking up big chunk plays with his legs. But what he is good at doing is escaping pressure and keeping the play alive and throwing the ball downfield. He gave us a lot of fits in the ACC championship game. If you look at his statistics for this year, he's virtually identical in the passing category and the turnover margin at this point in the season this year as he was at last season. He's a very good quarterback. Is he the best quarterback in the league? No. Is he very good? Yes. Is he way better, 10 times better than the last 2 quarterbacks we've seen the last 2 weeks? Yes. This presents a problem for Clemson. The key to the game, without even having to say it, defensively, is they're going to have to be able to limit and shut down this SMU rushing attack. That's what gives me the most worry in this. I was a little bit surprised, honestly, when I looked at the line of this game. Last night it was 9.5. Clemson favored by 9.5. I guess it depends on where you look. I looked at it again this morning. It was down to 9. So it's gonna fluctuate somewhere around 9 or 10. Clemson favored at home against SMU. I will never bet against my own team. So I will never bet SMU in the points or SMU to win or anything. That's just, I don't operate that way. However, I think that's a good bet if you're not a Clemson fan. I think SMU at 9 points sounds like a good bet to me. I think Clemson's going to struggle in this game because of all the reasons I just mentioned with the rushing attack. If Clemson is able to play good rush defense in this game, then they'll have a very good chance of winning it. Offensively, you guys know where I stand offensively with the team. I mean, I don't like the scheme or the philosophy offensively from Garrett Riley, but this is what we're going to see. So in order for Clemson to win offensively, Cade Klubnik's going to have a big day. Now, Cade Klubnik got knocked out of the game against Boston College with I think it was an ankle injury. From what I'm hearing, he's ready to go. He's going to play this week, so I'm guessing it wasn't a serious injury, but I'm hoping that they only took him out of that Boston College game as some sort of precaution, and that he's going to be 100%, and he'll be fine as far as being able to move around, because he's going to have to move around. SMU's got a good pass rush too. This is another issue. So Clemson's going to have to run the ball well. I hope they run the ball a lot, especially early. I would like to see Clemson establish a run game. I don't care who they do it with. Obviously, Adam Randall is RB1. If it were up to me, which it isn't, clearly, I would like to see them commit to Adam Randall early in the game, establish a run game, make the defense respect the fact that they're going to run the ball, and that will open up some passing lanes for Klubnik and these receivers. That's the ideal thing for me. Also take a little bit of pressure off of the offensive line for Clemson and pass protection. The best game of the year for the offensive line was last week. So hopefully they can carry that over into this. But again, this is not the same team we played last week. This is a much different animal in SMU. I guess that's it. I want to see Clemson beat a good team, because it seems like it's been a while since they've done so. Well, it doesn't seem like it. It has been a while since they've done so. Who's the best team that Clemson's beat this year? Is it Boston College? Is it Troy? We know it's not North Carolina. I mean, I think I would take both Boston College and Troy to beat North Carolina. I mean, to beat North Carolina on neutral field. So, Clemson needs this win bad. Look, they're probably out of the ACC conversation, so it's not about them trying to stay alive, which they mathematically still are, I guess, in the ACC. It's more about, can you actually go out there at home and beat a good team? It's been a long time since they've done that, so they need that badly. Of course, if you listen to Dabo talk, he's pumping these players up, and I don't blame him for that in the least bit. He's the head coach of the team. What's he going to do? Go out there and say we stink? No, he's not going to do that. He's going to he's going to try to talk to his players through the media and whatever, and pump them up. But I do not feel comfortable as a fan going into this matchup. I think it's a bad matchup for Clemson, mainly because of the running game, and the quarterback's able to do a great job of extending plays and keeping his eyes downfield. And he can make a lot of these. He can make a lot of throws. He's got a cannon for an arm too. He can make the long pass. He's good in the short and intermediate passes. He's a smart player. And again, I mentioned the running backs already, which are a problem. So Clemson's going to have to really go out. This is not a gimme game. I don't care what Vegas says the spread is. This is not a gimme game for Clemson. They really need to play good in order to get out of this Saturday with a victory. So let me know your thoughts down below about this week, about SMU, about Clemson, what you're looking for, and all that. You guys have a great day. Thank you.